The U.S. economy has been navigating through a period of disinflation, which has surprisingly had a lighter impact than anticipated. According to the International Monetary Fund, IMF personal consumption expenditure, PCE inflation, which stood at 2.7% in April, is projected to return to the Federal Reserve's target of 2% by mid-2025. This comes after a significant drop from a peak of 7.1% in 2022. Despite the creation of 16 million jobs since the end of 2020, income and wealth disparities persist and poverty levels remain high, especially following the expiration of pandemic-related support measures. The U.S. government's fiscal health presents a mixed picture. While household and corporate balance sheets have been fortified by wealth gains and minimal refinancing needs, the general fiscal deficit and debt are expected to remain elevated compared to pre-pandemic levels. The IMF forecasts the general government debt to surpass 140% of GDP by 2032 if current policies persist. Moreover, increasing trade restrictions and domestic content provisions in fiscal programs pose risks to both the U.S. and global economies. This scenario prompts a critical question: how can the U.S. balance economic recovery and equitable growth while addressing long-term fiscal sustainability? The International Monetary Fund, IMF, has provided a detailed analysis of the current state of the U.S. economy, emphasizing that the recent disinflation has had a relatively mild impact. The PCE inflation, which measures the price changes of goods and services consumed by individuals, was recorded at 2.7% in April, a notable decrease from its peak of 7.1% in 2022. The IMF projects that this figure will continue to decline, reaching the target rate of 2% by mid-2025. This positive outlook is a testament to the resilience of the U.S. economy, which has managed to navigate through a challenging period with minimal disruption. Despite the overall positive trend in inflation, the economic recovery has not been uniformly felt across all demographics. Since the end of 2020, the U.S. economy has added 16 million new jobs. However, the benefits of this job growth have been unevenly distributed, with significant disparities in income and wealth. The expiration of pandemic-era support programs has exacerbated these issues, leaving many individuals and families in precarious financial situations. The IMF's recent Article IV consultation with the United States highlights these ongoing challenges, stressing the need for policies that address these inequalities. Fiscal health is another area of concern. The IMF notes that the general U.S. government fiscal deficit and debt as a share of GDP are expected to remain significantly higher than pre-pandemic projections over the medium term. This scenario is primarily driven by substantial government spending to support the economy during the pandemic. The IMF projects that, under current policies, the general government debt will rise steadily and exceed 140% of GDP by 2032. This increasing debt burden poses a significant risk to the long-term fiscal sustainability of the United States. The IMF also points out that wealth gains and limited refinancing needs have strengthened household and corporate balance sheets, providing a buffer against the contractionary effects of higher interest rates. These factors, combined with an expansion of the labor supply due to increased immigration, have helped to mitigate some of the adverse impacts of monetary policy tightening. However, the IMF cautions that these positive trends could be offset by rising trade restrictions and domestic content provisions in various fiscal programs. The ongoing intensification of trade restrictions and the emphasis on domestic content in fiscal programs present significant risks to both the U.S. and global economies. The IMF directors have urged U.S. authorities to dismantle barriers to free trade and instead focus on enhancing competitiveness through investments in workers and infrastructure. This approach would help to ensure that the benefits of economic growth are more evenly distributed and that the U.S. economy remains competitive on the global stage. As the U.S. navigates these complex economic challenges, the question remains: how can policymakers balance the need for economic recovery with the imperative of addressing long-term fiscal sustainability and income inequality? The answer to this question will be crucial in shaping the future trajectory of the U.S. economy. Conclusion: the IMF's recent analysis underscores the resilience of the U.S. economy amidst a period of disinflation and highlights the critical challenges that lie ahead. While the return of PCE inflation to 2% by mid-2025 is a positive sign, the uneven distribution of income and wealth gains, along with rising fiscal deficits and debt, presents significant hurdles. Additionally, increasing trade restrictions and domestic content provisions could pose risks to both the U.S. and global economies. As we consider these factors, it becomes imperative to ask, how can the U.S. effectively balance economic recovery, equitable growth, and long-term fiscal sustainability? Your thoughts and opinions on this crucial issue are invaluable. Please share your perspective on how the U.S. can navigate these economic challenges.